First, let's break down how the Bears once again found an unbelievable way to lose in the final second against the Lions. The head coach's clock management left a lot to be desired, and I guarantee that after hearing this, you'll want heads to roll. Stick around until the end to get all the details and share your rage in the comments. But that's not all, folks. Were you worried about our star receiver's injury? We've got a crucial update on the status of his ankle and how his return to the field impacted the game. This player not only came back, but also left his mark in spectacular fashion. Don't miss this vital update because it could change the course of our season. And last but not least, fans are up in arms demanding the coach's head after the Thanksgiving Day debacle. Is this the end of the road for him? Find out what experts and football legends are saying about this explosive situation. Don't go anywhere because this debate is on fire, and you need to be in the know about everything. Subscribe now and join the conversation. Bears Nation, coming at you with fresh news, and unfortunately, they're not the most encouraging. What a way to lose. Once again, the Bears find a new way to break our hearts. This time, on Thanksgiving Day, they fell to the Detroit Lions with a final score of 23-20. How is it possible that we keep seeing these disasters week after week? I'm telling you this, it's unreal. In the last 3 weeks, we've seen how the Bears managed to lose in the most painful ways possible. First, a blocked field goal against the Packers in Week 11. Then, an overtime loss against the Vikings after a heroic comeback. And now, clock management that honestly leaves me speechless. I ask you, how many of you think Eberflus should remain as the Bears coach? I think it's time for a change. The clock management in the final 42 seconds was total chaos. I can't believe we're talking about this again. If I were in charge, Eberflus would be walking home after this game. But I admit that might be the anger talking. When the Lions were leading 16-0 at halftime, I was already thinking about my afternoon and evening plans. I took the turkey out of the fridge, prepped the noodles for the mac, and started thinking about my cooking playlist. But you know what? The only reason I'm not cooking right now is because rookie Caleb Williams showed determination you'd expect from a veteran. QB1 deserves better. Caleb Williams threw 3 touchdown passes, and although not all were scores, there were plays that left me impressed. The improvisation, the ability to keep his head up and eyes downfield, and the throwing talent are things you dream about when creating a quarterback in video games. And the Bears have that kid. It's a shame he's got the football version of Terry Bevington as his coach. Chicago's defense spent most of the first half getting shredded by Detroit's offense. But at one point, Gervin Dexter Sr. worked some magic. How is it possible that we have flashes of greatness and still can't close out games? Let's break down the performance of some key players. Caleb Williams. Here's the summary of his performance in his first Thanksgiving game against the Lions. 20 out of 39, 51.2%. 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 97.8 rating, 4 carries, 39 yards, 5 sacks, 33 yards lost, 10 quarterback hits. As ugly as the first half looked, Caleb's second half was a wonder. He was throwing darts and turning unfavorable situations into positive plays. Maybe he got inspired by Shabuzi's halftime performance. Terrell Smith. I'll be interested to see the play breakdown this week. Smith finished with 4 solo tackles and 1 pass breakup that could have been an interception. Tevin Jenkins. The Bears' starting left guard had a crucial and costly penalty that nullified a 12-yard reception by Keenan Allen, which would have given the Bears 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. 1 play later, Caleb Williams was sacked on a quarterback play. And then, the final chaos. And now I ask you, do you think it's time for a change in Bears leadership? Bears Nation, I've got a major update about our star receiver, Keenan Allen. During the Thanksgiving game against the Detroit Lions, Allen suffered an apparent ankle injury in the second half. But take a deep breath. The injury doesn't seem serious. While the Lions had possession, the CBS broadcast shared an update on Allen's status, announcing he'd likely return to the game. Tracy Wolfson reported, "We saw Keenan Allen hurt his ankle and need help getting to the blue tent. They checked him out, taped up his ankle, he came out, did some running, and got the green light from the athletic trainers. Looks like he'll be back in the game after this series." At the time Allen left the field, the Bears were grinding it out trying to mount a comeback against the Lions. Up to that point, Allen had scored Chicago's first 2 touchdowns in the comeback attempt, and as soon as he got back in the game, he made his presence felt with a catch in Chicago's next touchdown series. However, he later drew an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for throwing the ball at an official, frustrated by an uncalled face mask. Before the Thanksgiving game, Allen had already left his mark on the Bears' receiving corps. He entered the game with 39 catches on 71 targets for 368 yards and 3 touchdowns. This is Keenan Allen's first season with the Chicago Bears, and the first in his career not playing for the Chargers, either in San Diego or Los Angeles. A former third-round NFL draft pick from California, he's been named to the Pro Bowl 6 times. It's been a tough season for Chicago, entering the Thanksgiving game with a 4-7 record. However, the apparent improvement in offensive performance is something the Bears can build on heading into the season's home stretch. Now I ask you, what do you think about Keenan Allen's performance so far? Do you think his return could be the boost we need to finish the season strong? Drop your comments and let's keep the conversation going. I'm telling you this, the Bears need every ounce of talent and determination Keenan Allen can bring. The frustration is at an all-time high, and for good reason. After the gut-wrenching loss to the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving Day, the conversation about Matt Eberflus's future as head coach is on everyone's lips. How is it possible that poor clock management at a crucial moment cost us the game? I'm telling you this, it's unacceptable. In a moment that encapsulates Bears fans' frustration, Eberflus decided not to use his final timeout on a 3rd and 26 against the Lions. The result was a 23-20 loss, and the Lions celebrated their first Thanksgiving victory since 2016. Fans are demanding his immediate removal. For Bears fans, Thanksgiving dinner didn't taste the same after watching their team let another close game slip away. Eberflus's record in one-score games is 5-14 since 2022, the worst among active NFL coaches. And although Chicago seemed ready to pull off a miracle, coming back from a 16-point deficit in the final quarter thanks to rookie Caleb Williams, in the end, questionable coaching decisions left us short. Caleb Williams, despite early struggles, had a near-flawless performance, throwing for 256 yards and 3 touchdowns. However, at a crucial moment in the fourth quarter, with the Bears down by 3 points and facing a 3rd and long situation, Eberflus decided to hold on to his last timeout. This left Williams with little time to lead a final series, forcing him into a rushed, no-huddle situation, culminating in an incomplete deep pass to Rome Odunze as time expired. The social media reaction was immediate and fierce. J.J. Watt tweeted, "Man, I feel for you Bears fans. That was brutal. That was literal coaching malpractice." Football analyst Emmanuel Acho added, "You only get 17 guaranteed NFL games a year. Players practice, lift weights, leave their families on national holidays, and you undermine all that work because you can't figure out how to manage a clock. A dang clock. I'm heated." A Bears fan posted on X, "If they don't fire Matt Eberflus after this, they don't deserve to be an NFL franchise. Worst clock management I've ever seen." Another added, "Matt Eberflus should be fired before the first appetizer is served." I ask you, do you think it's time for a change in Chicago Bears leadership? Hey there, Bears Nation. Today we've got some important questions for you. Do you think it's time for a change in Bears leadership? How do you see the team's future with Caleb Williams at the helm? We want to hear your take on this. Also, what are your thoughts on Keenan Allen's performance so far? Could his return be the spark we need to finish the season strong? Your input means the world to us. Finally, we want to know what you think about Caleb Williams. Is he living up to the hype? How do you think his performance will shape the Bears' future? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be part of this amazing fan community that's just like family. Join us on this exciting journey following the Bears. Drop your comments, hit subscribe, and tap that bell to stay in the loop. Until next time.